Have you ever wondered why certain individuals seem unfazed by life's ups and downs? It's not that they're devoid of emotions or indifferent to the world around them. Rather, they've mastered a philosophy called Stoicism, a powerful tool that can help us maintain calm and composure in the face of adversity. Stoicism, a philosophy born in ancient Greece, champions the belief that the power of our mind and our perception shapes our reality. It's not about suppressing our emotions, but about understanding them, managing them, and not letting them control us. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we can control how we perceive and react to them. Imagine your mind as a fortress. The walls of this fortress are your perceptions, your thoughts, your judgments. Outside the fortress, the world throws its challenges, its storms of emotions, its unending change. Now, if the walls of your fortress are weak, the outside world can easily infiltrate and disturb your peace. But should these walls be robust and well-maintained, they can withstand even the harshest storms. That's the power of your mind, the power of Stoicism. Stoicism doesn't promise a life without pain or struggle. Instead, it provides a framework to navigate life's challenges with grace, with resilience, with a calm mind. It encourages us to focus on our inner selves, to build our mental fortress, to harness the power within us. But how exactly do we do this? How do we build this mental fortress? How do we harness the power of our mind? The answer lies in understanding and practicing the core principles of Stoicism, principles that guide us in managing our emotions, distinguishing what's within our control, and practicing gratitude. So, as we delve deeper into the world of Stoicism, remember this: it's not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about them. The power to shape your reality, to face adversity with calm and composure, lies within you. It's in your mind, in your perception, in your judgment. Embrace Stoicism and unlock the power of your mind. Stoicism revolves around 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Now, let's delve into these virtues and see how they guide our actions and decisions. We'll kick off with wisdom. In the realm of Stoicism, wisdom isn't just about being a trivia master. It's about discerning good from evil, right from wrong. It's the ability to make sound judgments and navigate life's complexities with a clear and rational mind. Next up, courage. When we think of courage, we often picture a grand, heroic gesture. But in the Stoic philosophy, courage is much more than just physical bravery. It's the resolve to do what's right, even when it's difficult or unpopular. It's about standing by your principles and not being swayed by fear or adversity. Moving on to justice. Justice in Stoicism isn't just about law and order. It's about treating others with fairness and dignity. It's about understanding that each person has their own struggles and respecting their rights and freedoms. Stoics believe in contributing to society and treating all beings as equals. Finally, we have temperance. Temperance is all about moderation. It's the practice of self-restraint in all aspects of life, from our desires to our actions. It's about finding a balance and not going to extremes. A Stoic knows the value of contentment and doesn't let greed or excess dictate their actions. In essence, these 4 virtues form the backbone of Stoicism. They are not just abstract concepts, but practical guidelines that can be applied to our daily lives. They encourage us to be thoughtful, brave, fair, and balanced individuals. These virtues don't promise a life devoid of challenges, but they equip us with the tools to handle them. They inspire us to lead life with dignity, integrity, and resilience, irrespective of the circumstances we find ourselves in. These virtues serve as a moral compass, guiding us towards leading a good life. So let's strive to incorporate these principles into our lives and embrace the Stoic way of living. How often do you find yourself worrying about things beyond your control? This question serves as an entry point into one of the essential tenets of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. Imagine you're on a boat. You can control how you steer, how you handle the sails, but you can't control the wind or the waves. To the Stoics, life is much like this boat. You can control your actions, your responses, your thoughts, but not the world around you. This is the dichotomy of control, the division of life into what we can control and what we can't. The Stoics believed that understanding and accepting this division liberates us from unnecessary stress and anxiety. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it's transformative. It's about focusing on the controllable, the self, and letting go of the uncontrollable, the externals. The weather, traffic, other people's actions, the economy, these are all beyond our control. But what about our actions, our attitudes, our responses? These are entirely within our control. We can choose to react calmly in a stressful situation, choose to be kind when faced with rudeness, choose to be resilient in the face of adversity. This shift in focus doesn't mean we passively accept whatever happens to us. Rather, it's about actively engaging with what is within our control and disengaging from what isn't. It's about understanding that our happiness and peace of mind are not dependent on external circumstances, but on our internal state. What if we stopped wasting our energy on things we can't control and invested it instead in things we can? This is the practical power of the dichotomy of control. It's not about ignoring the world around us, but about understanding our place within it and knowing where our true power lies. When we learn to focus our energy on what we can control, we find a sense of peace and empowerment. This is the essence of the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control. It's a guiding light to a more tranquil and empowered life. Scene script. Emotions play a significant role in our lives, but how can we manage them effectively? The Stoics had a unique perspective on this. They didn't advocate for suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and accepting them. The Stoic approach to emotional management is not about becoming devoid of feelings, but rather developing an inner strength to respond to them in a balanced way. Imagine your emotions are like waves in the ocean. Some days they are calm and serene, other days they are wild and unruly. The Stoics believed that we cannot control the waves, but we can learn how to surf. So how do we surf the emotional waves? First, we must acknowledge our emotions. It's okay to feel anger, sadness, joy, or fear. These feelings are part of the human experience. The Stoics would say, don't push away your feelings. Recognize them, understand them. Second, we must not let our emotions control our actions. Just because you feel angry doesn't mean you have to act in anger. The Stoics emphasize the importance of rational thought. They believed that we should use our reason to guide our actions, not our emotions. Third, we should practice emotional distancing. This is not about ignoring our feelings, but rather stepping back from them. This allows us to observe our emotions without being swept away by them. Think of it as watching a movie. You can experience the emotions of the characters without becoming overwhelmed by them. Finally, the Stoics practiced acceptance. They understood that life is full of ups and downs, and that our emotions will reflect that. By accepting our emotions as they come, without judgment or resistance, we can find a sense of peace and tranquility. So what does emotional resilience look like in the Stoic philosophy? It's not about being emotionless, but rather being in a state of emotional equilibrium. It's about surfing the waves of our emotions, using reason as our guide, and accepting our feelings as they come. By accepting our emotions without letting them control us, we can achieve a state of tranquility and emotional resilience. Have you paused today to appreciate what you have? Now, let's delve into the practice of gratitude, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Stoics believe that happiness isn't found in acquiring more, but in appreciating what's already in our grasp. This isn't about ignoring life's challenges, but rather acknowledging the wealth that's already present. Consider the air you breathe, the food on your table, the shelter over your head. These are everyday gifts we often overlook. By consciously recognizing these blessings, we anchor ourselves in the present moment, fostering contentment and peace. Gratitude, in Stoicism, is an antidote to dissatisfaction, to the relentless pursuit for more. It's an invitation to pause, to reflect, to savor. It's a reminder that often, the things we take for granted are the very things others are praying for. So as we go about our day, let's remember, gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. So, how can we bring these Stoic principles into our daily lives? Let's start by recapping the key points we've discussed. The power of your mind, the core principles of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control, emotional resilience, and practicing gratitude are all integral parts of Stoic living. Now let's talk about practical ways to incorporate these principles into our daily life. 1. Practice mindfulness. Pause, breathe, and observe the world around you without judgment. 2. Focus on what's within your control. Don't stress over the things you can't change. Instead, put your energy into what you can influence. And 3. Cultivate gratitude. Find joy in the simplest things and express appreciation for them. So as you go about your day, remember to be mindful, control your reactions, and be grateful. Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It's about finding peace within ourselves, no matter what life throws at us.